So the next thing my notebook says that I'm supposed to talk about is overachiever college tests, stress, and AP stuff, I guess. So, um, so I'm going into uh grade 11. Um, so that means next year I'm a senior, and then the year after that I'm graduated. And you have to figure out what you're gonna do after you graduate, which is kind of, like, I don't know. What am I gonna do? Because I don't really know. I've always wanted to be some sort of artist. When I was younger, I wanted to be a writer and performer, and now I'm more into like tactile arts, like drawing, painting, and fashion design. Although performance arts is still something I enjoy, like this. Although I'm not like performing, I'm just talking. It is getting warmer in my room. Yeah, because it's summer. So my parents have been taking me to colleges for a very long time, and think, I don't know, I will, well, yeah, it would be the second, yeah. So the first college I think I've ever gone to was the Olivet's Nazarene College. Maybe that goes in the other direction of the wording of the words. But that I think is in Illinois, and my old school's choir went there to team up with a bunch of other choirs and do singing, and I think I went there in middle school. The other college that I think was like my first college, like this was the first college tour kind of thing I ever had, um, was the year before freshman year or the year before eighth grade. I do not remember. And it was the college where Billy Sunday either went or founded, but I think it's where he went to college. And so my grandma on my dad's side, I was going to spend a week with her, and she was staying with this friend for like a day. So we stopped at that friend's house. We slept there for like a night or something, and we went to see like a little concert. I think it was like an orchestra thing. I don't really remember it. I remember that it was the only place I'd ever seen lemon ice cream, and it was really good, and I got it twice even though they had like blueberry and other stuff too that I hadn't seen much of. But lemon was like, it was like buttery, but it was also ice cream, and it was just amazing. Um, and I also got to drive a boat, which was pretty cool because there was a lake. It was like kind of by Lake Geneva, I think, but I don't. Maybe it was a different lake. I don't know. I don't remember much about the college either. I know we didn't get an official tour. My grandma's friend was all friends with a person who worked there, so they were able to tour a little bit, and we saw some stained glass windows and the outsides of a lot of buildings, but it wasn't like a real college tour, not that I've been on one. Um, I had no idea about like stuff that I wanted to know about a college at the time, so I was just like, yeah, cool. Uh, Neither of those colleges are really what I'm looking for, mainly because I'm pretty sure they're Christian based, and no offense, but I want to go to a college that is not religiously affiliated because I feel like that would hamper my learning, being forced to, either live a religious lifestyle or just like having to attend like a chapel service once a week or something. It just seems like a waste of time, in my opinion. No offense. Just, this is me talking about me. Um, uh, so to people who it's not a waste of time of, then obviously they would go, and full rights to them. I just don't want to. Then there's a college that's right next to my old school, and it's Beloit College, and it's actually, I didn't realize that it was pretty famous. Um, so a lot of people come here, and it's a college that's focused around the liberal arts, which I think is more performing arts, but I'm not sure. And my old neighbor, her husband works there as the creative writing teacher, and she works at the school that I go to now as an English teacher, and I hope I have her as my teacher again because she's really cool. And people, for some reason, think she's a bit weird, and like, she's a tiny bit like a hippie, maybe just slightly like a hippie, but I think she's a really cool person. And I used to hike up to her house when I was little and just like climb hills, and she would, yeah, and like she has a kid and everything. It's great. So her husband took us on a tour of the Lake College, and this was a bit more of a professional tour. Again, we weren't able to go inside much, but he talked to us about the burial mounds that were that are like in the yard. They've got some ancient like Native American burial grounds, not ancient, but burial mounds. And I said grounds at one point, and that's why I'm correcting myself. Um, so there've been archaeological teams using like some sort of sensor, like X-ray vision, but not to see what's in them. And they've got a little writing club sort of thing area in, like, there's one building that's specifically for writing. And then classes are, it's a small college, it's a private college, so classes are much more, at least some of them are much more like friendly, kind of like interpersonal. In which one of those, intra or inter, I can't remember which one is which. Either way, it's a lot more like face to face, hanging out while doing school stuff instead of like a teacher standing in front of the room and yelling at you. It's more like that. And they also have a lot of performances and performers and speakers and teachers come to the school, and a lot of them are open to the public. Some of them you do have to pay to get in. Like there's some plays that you go and it's like $11 or something to watch. But I haven't seen, but I'm assuming they're really good since it's a college about that, and they do a lot of focusing on performing arts as well. And then they have like writers and stuff come and speak, and you can just sit there and listen to them talk, and it's real cool. Again, haven't gone to one, but it sounds really fun, and I want to go. Also, no, that was a science thing. That wasn't a. I don't actually know if this was a college or a science thing. Maybe it was both. Um, but when I was a freshman, my science teacher, we had to do like one report ish thing each quarter. And so one of the ones that was an option was there was a science little expo kind of thing going on, and you had to go and write a report about what you saw there. So they like had a bat skeleton, and I drew it, and they gave us free boxes of crickets to eat. So I got some, and then I was gonna bring them to the class, and then I never did. But yeah, that was cool. But that was like more science based, which is not probably gonna be my major or minor. um, so I don't remember if that was a college or not. I'm pretty sure it was a college because there were dorms, and someone threw an orange at us out of them. But I don't remember what college it was, and I didn't tour it. I was just there. So that's four. That's four. And then for like my first ever like real college tour, we went and I made a whole video about this. And it was the Chicago Institute of Art, and they have an amazing fashion department and an amazing everything else, and it's super cool. And I need to put that on my list of colleges that I want to go to because, like, if I go to college, it looks really amazing, but it's like $65,000 a year. My dad was all like, "Oh yeah, we'll help you pay for stuff," and I was just like, "Yeah, yeah, Dad." And then of course my sister's just like, "I'm gonna go to a public college because I don't want to make my parents spend tons of money. You are 9. You are not going to college anytime soon, so shush." um, and even though that's like what I'm thinking, but I can't really do that. I don't know if I can or not. Anyhow, so in a few weeks, there's going to be, my family's taking a trip, and we're going to Ohio for a bit to do a blacksmithing convention, which I've also made videos about in the past. I haven't made anything to enter this year, so, I won't win anything, but, that's fine. I do not need to win anything. So the memory died. Yeah. I forget what exactly I was saying, but the yeah, the college that was oh yeah, so yeah, my dad is taking a trip to Ohio and he's bringing all of us with him, and so he wants to take an extra day off and go to some colleges with me. What was that stutter? Um, oh, it's so cool. So, the college, Columbus College of Art and Design is a place that he wants to take me because they've got a really good fashion department, which is what I'm currently into right now is like fashion, although I really like all the arts and stuff. They've got advertising and graphic design, animation, comics and narrative practice, contemporary crafts, fashion design, film and video, fine arts, history of art and visual culture, illustration, industrial design, interior design, and photography. So those are their majors, and then you can get a graduate degree is Master of Design or Master of Fine Arts. And so they've got a lot of different stuff on here. They've got pictures from the fashion shows that the students put on and some other things. It looks really cool. And then also, he wants to take me to OSU, Ohio State University, which is where my parents both went to college and where they met each other and stuff. So that we can tour both of those in one day, which is going to be a really busy day if it's anything like the other tours that I've had. Um, yeah, so this was all like precursor to what I was going to say, which was just like, so I know that like college shopping can be like really stressful, and it is really stressful for me, but my parents are, I don't know, they said that they're doing all of this now, so it'll be less stressful when I actually have to choose. So they're giving me all these options now. But for me, that doesn't make it less stressful because now I have all these things and I have to choose because my brain is weird. And so if you tell it that there's something that needs to be done, instead of being like, okay, well, I can do it after I do this, it's like, no, I have to do it right now. Everything, which is probably why I have like stress problems. uh, but so yeah, and I like advice for how to deal with that would be kind of nice. My school has a little app thingy that I don't remember my password or anything for. It shows you um your different um you have to like complete it before you can graduate, and so it helps you like choose what colleges you want to do and what you want to do before you graduate and different things like that, and you have to end up like applying to college using it or something. I don't really know, but I'm going to put the colleges that I like into it because at the beginning I only had one and they get annoyed if you don't pick more than one. So um but like I shouldn't really be stressed about college because I'm fairly sure I'll be able to get into most things that I want. I got a 4 on the AP exam, so that's pretty good. I don't remember if I mentioned that before, but yeah. And I generally get pretty good grades. I'm a hard worker in academic situations, not necessarily in like let's go build a shed situations, but um so I don't really have anything to worry about, except possibly like the SAT and ACT because I haven't studied for them at all, and I'm pretty sure I have to take them soon. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah. So if anybody has advice on how to not be stressed about college, that would be nice because college is very stressful. And like I was gonna make a video giving advice, but then I was like, wait, though, I can't give advice on how to not be stressed because I do not know how to not be stressed, and it's kind of stressful to be stressed all the time, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, uh, I don't even remember what the point of this video was. But thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.